What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing awesome, of course. After a 8 hour showing tour yesterday and had to miss in the morning, I had to hit the road early. I missed you guys, man. And that's another power of networking when you hang out with awesome people that lift you up every day, give you your mojo. We all learn from each other. We share. Man, when you miss a day, that's when you know you got the right networking group for sure. I mean, I consider this every day here basically networking because we're all connecting. And I love how you say, I want to be more like Brad. You know what? Brad isn't that networking guy. I don't do that naturally. My brain is so like running a million miles an hour. I meet so many people. You should see how many people fall off the edge of my follow up because I pay attention to people so much every day and have learned this networking, the benefit of networking and the benefit or the power of people and the power of relationships that, dude, I have a system that makes me be that person. Um, I don't know that I would do it naturally. And every day I feel like there's a dozen people that I lost, but there's, five that I really connected with and stay in touch with. But dude, it's systems, man. We're gonna get there. We're gonna share those systems and everybody can be exactly like me if you turn on a system and just follow the system every day. It tells me who to call today. And I'm like, what's crazy is about 10% of the people you meet in your life you will stay in touch with naturally. It's the other 90% that there's just too much. The world's going too fast. There's too much coming in. There's more coming in than you can possibly process. There's more people you meet every day that you can possibly process and be a power follow-upper. So anyway, it's system, dude. But I follow the system every day because it's that important to me. So technically it is me, but I do rely on a system. It's not natural. Um, Today I was just going to throw on the table networking because this is a super powerful conversation for me. And I'll tell you, I have a network group, and Victoria mentioned BNI earlier. Just imagine a BNI group, but one, I mean, it is powerful. It's been around 12 to 30 people, 15 to 30 people, up and down. We keep a core of about 20 people constantly. And this little group has been meeting every single Thursday at 11:45 to 1 o'clock. We follow a structure similar to a BNI meeting. However, we exchange $100,000 in referrals or more every single year through this, just say a dozen people. We solidly have a dozen to 15 people there every single week. And that group, I mean, we've been meeting for over 15 years and every single freaking week. And we bring, there's probably 30 to 50 referrals that go through that group every single week. It's insane because we don't track just giving out names and numbers on pieces of paper. Our model's different. We call it RPM, Referral Professionals Mastermind. It used to be RLI, Referral Leaders International. That gave us the structure many years ago, and then we just kind of took it over and made it our own and tweaked it. But what we did was we took what worked from network groups and kept it. We got rid of what doesn't work in network groups because if you go to a network meeting or a group like in your local area and you don't walk out with referrals like at least every few weeks, that's what we got rid of, the stuff that didn't work, and we figured out how to make it work. So in ours, the point structure thing, for example, and I don't want to spend all the time on this because I got a good message on this leverage piece I want to share with you, but we get a point for giving the referral. We don't get the second point until they connect with the referral, and we don't get the third point until they do business with the referral. So, and the points are how you keep your seat. So you got to bring referrals that are referral based or permission based, not just handing out names on pieces of paper to stay in the group. So we're focused on each other every single week. But the thing that I'll tell you about that group and what I hope you guys will take away from what I'm sharing is that it's the leverage of the network group. See, you can either, option one, you can go out there and blast your message however you need to blast your message to get your product, your service, your idea, your followers, you just keep blasting it on social media and emails and trying, every single person that it does reach that clicks a button to find out more, and you capture them in your funnel, and then you're just going to drip on them with the same looking email that you guys get in your email box 10 or 20 times a day, trying to get them to trust you, even though the same arrows point down, look, more, more, and then they pass on a button. It goes, hey, don't leave yet. I got a better deal. We've all seen them. It's going to be a hard way to earn trust and likability when you look just like everything else they've seen, right? But when you have a network group of like my 20 core people that we've been meeting with as long as we have, I mean, if somebody says the word real estate, they're programmed. They've been with me for 15 years. They're programmed to go, I know exactly who you need to call. We've got this thing going in our local newspaper here. I got to switch back over to what it was called. It's the best of Eastern Jackson County, and the local newspaper, does this best of every year. And I'm telling you what, we're going through it this year. I haven't really made, like, I always forget about it. And there's like maybe 4 or 5 businesses that get nominated for all the different categories. Every single person in my network group is in this contest, or whatever you want to call it, this ballot voting thing. And we're all voting for each other every single day. And it's a pain in the butt, but it's like, these are my friends. Like, this is my wealth building family. This is my second family that we provide for our main family for each other by giving referrals, and we report them every week. Every referral that we connected with, every piece of business we close, all that stuff. So you can leverage yourself by really getting a network group, like Tony was saying, together and trust and like each other and become a wealth building family. Give referrals. So I'll give you a challenge at the very end. But what I wanted to say about this, like Victoria was talking about the BNI and the gains thing, and she said, the A is accomplishments. Share your accomplishments. No, you don't share your accomplishments. In fact, they share theirs. Yours are not important. Yours shouldn't be shared until the next time or the time after. Make it about them, learning about them. So in our group, one of our models is called a partner planning session. And I'm sure they all have something like this. But with ours, we have 5 questions that we ask. It's 20 minutes partner 1, and then it's 20 minutes partner 2, and you sit across from each other, go have coffee, do whatever. In between our meetings, you have a partner planning session. By the way, you get a point for that as well. And you get 2 points for bringing a guest to the group. So the partner planning session, you literally, here's the instructions. They're very specific instructions. You may not talk when you are the receiver of the partner planning conversation. You are to ask the question and shut up and just talk through all the questions. Tell me about your business. Tell me your best success story. Who or what does your best client look like? How can I best refer you? And what could we do to work together? And you are not allowed, or you're not supposed to, even like when they say, what's my best client? Oh man, I like those ones that come from your database. And you go, yeah, I know, I love those too. No, you are not allowed to talk. They talk, you talk, and then you can do whatever you want after that. So it's very on purpose to listen to each other. And I think if you guys practice on listening versus talking when you're networking, you're going to find out a lot more. So here's my homework to you. And actually, before I even get to that, I don't even have business cards that I carry with me. And my whole outlook on that changed when I bumped into Gary Keller, who owns Keller Williams, 180,000 agents around the country, whatever. He comes to this mortgage event that I was actually a coach for the mortgage industry for a while. And I'm at one of their monster events and Gary's the speaker. So of course I walk up to him and I'm like, hey, and he's like, what are you doing here? It's like, I coach loan officers. And he's like, what? This was before I was coaching real estate agents. I got sucked into the loan side of the business, being a top real estate agent. And they thought that was cool. And one of the things that he said, or something he was telling me about business cards there, I said something about, man, I didn't have any business cards. And he's like, Brad, I don't even carry business cards. I don't even order business cards anymore. See, I only have time for my top 20% of the people I meet. So rather than that, like Tony was saying, throwing business cards around, walking up to people, man, collect business cards and collecting business cards and then getting them in your system and writing them a handwritten note to follow up what you got from the meeting. No I, me, or my in your first note. It's all about them and what you like about them, or if something cool they did, or you like their smile, you love their laugh, whatever it is. Just don't even put a business card in that first note. You're going to have a plenty of opportunity to tell them about you if you connect, and that leverage of those 20 people out there. There's like literally 20 little Brads running around out there that will talk about me the second the word real estate comes up, because they've got trust and like. So here's your homework. Make a list of the industries that are your power team. I talk about power teams in our network group. So my power team is our roofer, the home inspector, the mortgage guy. These are my power team people. So make a list of the industries that are your power team that line up with what you do, that probably most likely have your customers in their database. Now, everyone in my network group has a customer for me and somebody they can refer, because everybody lives in a house and everybody moves. But those are my power team people that I'm going to be able to refer them as much business as comes back at me, because they got to have their roof inspected. Eventually, they got to have it replaced. You got to get a mortgage. You got to get all this stuff. So create that industry and then go through and start writing down and dumping every name. Like, keep that list handy. Put each industry on a page in a notebook. And every time you come across a name that somebody you know or on your Facebook friends list that's in that industry, get their freaking name on that list. They need to be somebody that you really connect with. Like, call, what's up? God, I haven't talked to you in forever. You don't have to call them and say, hey, you're on my industry list, and I wanted to call and see if we can exchange business. That's you talking again. Call them up and just say, what's up? I didn't even realize I haven't talked to you in a while. The part that they're in the industry, or you might be a power team together, is going to show up in that relationship call. So that follow up, honestly, Tony, this is what I'm good at, is networking and capturing information so that I can plug them into my follow up system and then be that follow up guy that you talk about all the time. Which, by the way, thank you. That does humble me that you think that of me, and that everyone does, because I I follow my system, and it's that important that we cross paths, that I wish I could capture every single person I came in contact with today into that system, but that's just physically not possible. I'm losing dozens of people for every 3 or 4 or 5 that I really connect with every single day, and I've learned not to worry about that, because they'll come back. So yeah, that's my networking power leverage networking group tip for you guys.
Is that all you got? Can you please add add some value to the conversation next time you speak? Just a little bit, please.
Guys, I mean, seriously, I just got to share it with you because it is so powerful. I hope you just dissect everything I said, and you all call me next week and go, all right, I started to do what you did, and I got here's a little roadblock I got. Here's something that popped in my head. Here's why I don't have this group together next week. And I hope you all call me and go, all right, dude, I got to get this going, and I'll be there for you.
I love it, man.
I definitely set that up as my homework for the day, to list my power industries. So thank you so much, Brad. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, there was just a ton of quality information that you just shared. And it is important to make sure that you get people in different industries and connect, because I'm the same way. I'm like you. You put me in a room. Yeah, my wife's like, Jesus Christ, who else are you going to talk to? Going to find a cat or something in the neighborhood, because I just I talk to people. I don't know. I'm not necessarily going after, like, I'm gonna go talk to that person in that corner. It's just I wind up talking to a lot of people, and again, and I love what you said, because the reality of it is, we've all heard this before, that you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you should listen twice as much as you speak.